queens. I'm not actually doing ASMR, hold on. Hey, this is Future Me editing. I didn't keep my damn hand still, so the volume changes a lot throughout this video, so I apologise for that. I am trying to sort it out as I go. So yeah, just a heads up. I don't want to blow your eardrums out. I've got hiccups as well. I will get to the point of this video in a second. But I thought it would be fun to film this in my bedroom. So it's a bit like we're on FaceTime, you know? And we can just chat, because I have something I want to talk about. And I'm just going to get straight to the point. I'm actually going to take this out because it's hurt my ear. Can y'all hear me? Okay. So, I don't know if this was just me. I know for a fact this was not just me. But you might have had this same kind of situation as a kid. Were you ever in a situation where someone did something to you, or they said something to you, or said something about you, it just wasn't nice, and it warranted an apology? And an adult would be involved, and they'd be like, well, you need to apologise, and then they'd say, this kid would be like, sorry. And it was like, you fucking little shit, that was the most insincere what was that? No. And the adults was like, well, they've apologised now, so what else do you want? Let's just be friends. I mean, just get on with it. Do you know what? As a kid, that used to piss me off. It used to make me so annoyed. And in a way, it felt very dismissive of your emotions. And it never sat right with me. I got my water. It never sat with me. It always really irked me, because it was like, there was never any serious or legitimate concern for how you felt for whatever this kid's done. It was just, well, you need to apologise. They clearly didn't give a shit. They didn't actually feel sorry. And you were just expected to accept it. No. And ever since a kid, I knew that just wasn't right. Wasn't having it. But as kids, it's like, obviously so many adults just want to kind of, they want an easier life. I know kids are difficult. And they would just try and make it easier. And like, well, what can you do? But that didn't sit with me. So my whole life, I've just been like, I don't fuck with that. And you know what? I've had some really shit friends. I've had some real shit fucking friends who, over the years, have given me the same half-assed, fuck-ass apologies, or haven't even given me an apology. And it's just, I'm expected to get on with it. I'm expected to forgive them. All's fine. They get not even a slap on the wrist, and I've just got to deal with it. And you know what? It was my 22nd birthday last Friday, and after 22 years, I know, no, you don't have to accept someone's apology. You don't owe people they don't deserve your forgiveness. Not everyone deserves to be forgiven. And I remember having this kind of conversation with my mum once, a few years ago really, but now I'm an adult and I'm set on my decision. I feel this way for a reason. My mum tries to keep my brain happy and to not hurt me, and she just wants to make my life easier. And she clearly thought that, no, just accept the apology. If they apologise, accept it. But now she sees that doesn't actually help my brain. That makes me feel so much worse. Accepting a fake-ass, fuck-ass apology, it makes me feel worse. So my mum does not expect me to just forgive people. And she has seen time and time again that, you know what, when I say I don't forgive someone, I'm very justified in why I choose not to forgive them. And I know for a fact there is someone out there right now being pressured into forgiving someone. And really, they don't. They don't forgive them. And I'm here to say, you don't have to forgive them. And you know what? Sometimes you don't actually have to say anything. I've got like one instance where I don't really want to say this girl did something wrong. She just wasn't nice. She just wasn't a nice person. Basically, we worked in a very similar environment, and we spoke online a lot, and she was always messaging me. She was like, can you post like this on your Pinterest, like her pictures? She sent me her pictures and say, can you repost this on Pinterest? I would do it. She'd be like, can you repost this on your Instagram? I'd do it. I always commented on her stuff, she commented on my stuff, everything was great. And then it very quickly became one-sided, where I was constantly sharing her stuff and bigging her up and, you know, putting her name forward to things she might fit. And she wasn't doing the same for me. Ooh, whatever. But then one day I actually met her in person at an event. And this event was a No Plus Ones, and it was guest list only. She shows up with an uninvited plus one, and she's walking around and she's got this stank look on her face. She's just looking everyone up and down. She's just at everyone. And do you know what? People, if you ask anyone who was considered like popular, who I went to school with, they would all say I was like, oh, she looked down on everyone, because I have like my face is the epitome of looking like a slapped ass. I look so fucking miserable all the time, but I'm not. Like, you just need to speak to me. They never spoke to me. They just decided, oh, she thinks she's a bitch. She's a bitch. They actually knew nothing about me. So you know what? I don't forgive them, for starters. Anyways. But she was really like, just shit talking everyone. Anyways, she disappears. She comes back like 20 minutes later, and she's showing everyone these pictures she's taken. And one girl mentions in this group who she's showing, she goes, oh my god, like, they look so good, you look so good, I want to get a picture like that. And she turns around and goes, oh, I won't even bother, because like I'm the only one who can get a picture there, because someone actually came over and said I can't take pictures there, so no one else can get any, so I guess like it's just me, only I have these pictures. I'm sorry, Beyonce's in the building. Only she can have these pictures. Hey, edited again. I'm really sorry, Beyonce. That was really insulting to compare Beyonce to her. Beyonce is significantly better than that girl. But you get what I mean. Love you, Beyonce. Shut up. The thing is, someone will be sat there like, what's the problem with that? She was fucking rude about it. What she should have said was, if you want to get a picture there, just a heads up, they came and kicked me off. They kicked me out of that area. So, if you want to get a picture, like, just a heads up. But she didn't. She was like, no, only I can have a picture like this, because, like, even she, the girl she brought who wasn't actually supposed to be there, even she didn't get any pictures. Like, only I got them. Do you want a medal? So fucking rude. And she was just nasty. She was just nasty to everyone. And from that point on, I realised, wow, this bitch is mean. She's just not nice. She's not a nice person. She'd post stuff on her close friend's story, shitting on her boyfriend all the time, just making fun of him. And making fun of his family. And it was like, wow. Actually, I don't want to be your friend. I don't want anything to do with you. You're not a nice person. Did I say anything? No. We weren't really friends. We just knew each other and we got on until we didn't get on, because I saw what she was really like. And I just quietly removed her off of everything. I didn't need to explain to her. Why? You know, it wasn't really necessary. I hope she's doing well, but she's not my type of person. You can quietly cut someone off. Not everyone needs an explanation as to why you're not interested in pursuing a friendship with them anymore. An instance where I haven't forgiven someone recently. I can't remember if I mentioned, but I definitely did. It was my birthday last week. And I have wanted this party for years. Like, it was always about my 22nd. I didn't care about my 18th. I'm real thirsty. I didn't care about my 18th. I didn't care about my 21st. It was always about my 22nd. So, in May, I booked my venue. And as soon as I got confirmation for my venue, I sent invites out. And I had a really good response. A lot of people were like, oh my gosh, we'll be there. Like, real good. And I'm just gonna, like, for the sake of keeping a long story short, the deadline for numbers, because of how the venue works, was they needed a list. They needed a guest list. So I gave everyone until the 1st of August to let me know if they were going to be there or not. One girl, a different girl, replies. And she's like, hey, like, I'll be there. Like, I'm so excited. You know, would you, like, can I bring a +1? Because I'm not going to know anyone there. So I was like, absolutely. You know, just let me know who it is because I need to put a guest list together. If you want to, she was talking about, like, getting an outfit. I was like, girl, you can come look in my closet. And she was so excited about it. All sounded good. Anyways, the 1st of August rolls around and nothing's been said. So she said she's coming. A lot of people would think, well, she said she's coming, so she's coming. It's always nice to, like, double check, though, because she's not confirmed who this +1 is. Which I said, I need the names for the +1s because the venue wants a guest list for security reasons. Because the way the club was laid out, I rented a club in Leeds city centre. Obviously, they're going to be, like, careful. If it's a private event, they don't want the wrong people getting in the room, you know? Anywho, so 1st of August, she's not confirmed, like, who her +1 is. No problem. I give it a few days because a couple people let me know on the 2nd or the 3rd. They were like, I was just waiting for, like, something to happen, you know, or whatever. No problem. Anyways, I want to say it was not even a week before my birthday. She messages me. No, she doesn't. I message her. I message her twice and she ignores the first message. So I delete that message and I resend it. Because I was thinking, you know what, maybe she's just missed it. You know, benefit of the doubt, maybe she missed it. So I send the message again and all I said in it was like, hey, hope you're doing good. I need to send the venue final numbers. So can you send me the names of your +1s, please? She then replied a day or two later and said she's really sorry she didn't reply. Oh, that was it. She replied and said she was supposed to be out of the country, which obviously threw me off because it was like, you told me in May that you were going to be there and now all of a sudden you weren't supposed to be in the country. Anyways, she said she wasn't supposed to be in the country and she was in hospital not that long ago. So she's just going to see, like, how she is closer to the time. So I replied, I was like, I'm really sorry to hear that, you know. Listen, if this makes it any better, if you need to step out, you can do. I explained the whole guest list thing, and because it's a guest list, they gave out wristbands. Well, they actually gave out stamps on the night, but they said wristbands at this point. So I was like, it's a wristband thing, so they'll give you a wristband. If you need to step outside for fresh air, you can do that. If you need to, like, go get something to eat, you can do that. Like, if you, like, I told her about seating. I explained how the seating plan was. Like, there wasn't a seating plan, but how the seating was laid out. So there was plenty of places to sit if she needed to. It wasn't going to be that busy, so it wasn't, you know, if she needed to just, like, chill, she could. If she wanted to bring more than a +1, she could. Just let me know. I made it as accommodating as I could about it. Like, I made it as easy as I could. She doesn't reply. But that same day, she posts on her story multiple stories of her in a club in London. I just said, we're from Leeds. She lives 10 minutes from where my event was. London is like a 3-hour train. Like, the quickest train is like 3 hours, 2 and a bit hours. No, 3 hours. And so, yeah. She was in London in a club with a bunch of girls. Whatever. And then she's posting about how, oh, she's so busy this week. She's doing all this stuff. Like, she's travelling all over the UK. Whatever. Then my birthday rolls around. And I had quite a few people drop out on my birthday. Some people with valid reasons, some absolutely chatting out of their asses, and I'm actually quite amused that they thought I would believe that. But anyways, she messages me at 12:30, I want to say. So at this point, my parents are getting my balloons, and I'm about to set off to go set my venue up. And she messages me, and she says, hey, happy birthday. I have a doctor's appointment at 4 o'clock, and I don't think it's a good idea. I drink, so I'm not going to come. But if you're free next week, like, let's meet up. And I will be honest, I cried. I sat and I cried because so many people let me down for my fucking birthday. My birthday is one day a year. It's the same day every year. And I gave you notice in May. Some people knew even before May, before I actually had the venue. Like, they knew it was happening. And they let me down. I've been a big believer of this, like, since day one. If you can't make an effort for your friend's birthday, you're not a good friend. It's one day out of the year. And some people love to be deliberately fucking dense. So let me lay this out so fucking flat you can't get it twisted. Not, I can't get it off work. Not, I'm sick so I can't make it. Hates me again. I didn't word this very well. Oh my god. I didn't word this very well, so I'm going to reword it. My problem here was not with people who had valid reasons to not make it. My problem was with people who could not be asked coming, who didn't want to come and had no reason to not be there. I had some people who were moving, I had some people who were at weddings, I had some people who were away, some people were at festivals. I completely understand that. I'm a bit bummed out, but you know, whatever, you know, this isn't about them. This is about the few people, quite a few people, who gave me a fake excuse to not be there because they couldn't be bothered and they didn't want to go. And you're texting me on the day that you can't make it, even though you've had all this notice. And you've given me a fake excuse. I don't want to get into some of the fake excuses I was given because some of them actually made me just fucking cry because I just thought, wow, like, I actually thought my friends would show up for my birthday, but guess not. Anywho, I sat there and I fucking cried. It's me again. This is not in any way for pity or anything. You might be thinking, you seem very overly irritated about this situation, because I'm only talking about one instance of people dropping out of this party with, like, poor reasons. There was a lot more. And by a lot, I mean a lot more. I do want to say I'm very grateful to everyone who did show up. I'm very grateful. I did have a very good night. I'll just say that really quick. To everyone who was there, I'm super grateful, and I hope they had a nice night as well. Two things can be true at once. I still had a good night, and I'm still hurt by the people who let me down. So if you think I sound really dramatic in this situation, please just know a lot of things happened that I'm not talking about here because it's, like, not relevant. Well, it is, but, like, this was just one thing I wanted to share. And you can't show up for 10 minutes. And the whole, oh, like, I don't think I should drink. I don't drink. There was multiple people there who did not drink. So the whole, oh, like, it's not a good idea for me to drink, so I'm not coming, just wasn't fair. And you can disagree with me if you want, but I'm stood firm on this. The next day, the 23rd, 24th maybe, of August, she's posting that she's getting shit-faced because it was sunny. This is after she said she couldn't come to my birthday because it's not a good idea for her to drink. So for anyone who is confused right now, I was given a bullshit excuse. She couldn't be arsed coming. And I had a couple other people who basically were like, oh, I can't make it because like da-da-da. aka I can't be arsed. But if you're free next week, no. It's one day out of the whole year. You've had 4 months notice, not like, oh, we'll do it next week. No, my birthday's today and you knew it was today. I told you 4 months ago. Even if it was a case of like, listen, I really don't feel good, so would it be cool if I just like come for one drink? Absolutely. And this is where my stance on this, I'm gonna like iron it out for you. I don't know if you know who Leo Skeppy is, but basically there is a video of him. You might have actually seen it because it gets reposted a lot, but it's from his podcast and he's talking about forgiveness. And in it, he says, I understand the situation you were in. You explained it to me well. However, being the other way around, me in your situation going through that, I would not have done what you did to me. I would not have done that. And because, you explained the situation you were in, and I understand that. However, I wouldn't have done that if I was in that position. So, in that situation, they are not warranted forgiveness. You don't have to forgive them. If you wouldn't do it to them, you don't have to forgive them. And I think that is a very fucking healthy way of looking at things. Because here is where I clear it up for you. The amount of times my friends have messaged me and said like, hey, like last minute, not even like a 4 months prior notice. Like, hey, like I want to do something like in 10 minutes. Like, can you be ready? Like, this is important for me. Can you be there? Sometimes I genuinely can't. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not upset at people who genuinely couldn't. It's the ones who couldn't be asked. I have sat there many times and thought, I can't be asked. I don't want to. I do not want to. I don't want to. I can't be asked. I ain't got the energy. I would rather just sit in bed and do nothing. But you know what? It's not about me. It was one day for them. So the least I could do is show up for them. It's not about me. For this one day, it's not about me. They need me. They appreciate me enough to want me to share something special with them. They appreciate me enough to want me to share something special with them. So even though I can't be asked, it's not about me today. It's not about me. There are 364 other days for it to be about me. This is one day where it's not. And this is where I do not forgive her. So my sister and my boyfriend and my mom and my dad, like, she's fucked me over a few times as this girl. And they were like, nah. No. Get rid of her. And then when a couple of days later she was talking about getting pissed because it was sunny, they were like, yeah, absolutely not. And that was my final straw. And I just thought, you know what? We're clearly not on the same page for these things. And I'd rather just, not. I'd rather just not. Wish you the best, but I don't think we're on the same wavelength to be friends. And for one day you couldn't show up for me, so do you know what? I don't forgive you. I don't forgive you for that. If it was a case of she was just in hospital and she just wasn't well, I'd have got it. But it wasn't. It was a fact. She posted up in a club in London with multiple other people. She said she wasn't coming because it wasn't a good idea for her to drink. Yeah, the next day she was getting drunk. That's why I'm pissed. And I don't forgive her. Simple. And this was the first time I've stood 10 toes down on, do you know what? I don't forgive these people and I don't have to forgive them. And I remember being made, it just never made sense to me as a kid. Why do I have to forgive you because you hurt me? You hurt me and you don't give a fuck. You don't care. You don't care that you hurt me, or you don't care that you've upset me, or you've done something to me. You don't care. So why should I forgive you? It's well, because that's the right thing to do. Says who? I don't think it's the right thing to do. I think the right thing to do is for us to just not speak again. Because clearly you don't respect me. And because you don't respect me, I don't respect you. So I don't want to be friends. And I don't forgive you. I do. I understand that adults try, getting, forgive and forget. just to make their lives easier. Let's be honest, sometimes that's all it is. It's just to make their lives easier. But truthfully, sometimes it fucks up a kid's head that you have to forgive people who've hurt you. You don't. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to Marina. Was Marina and the Diamonds. But I used to listen to the Fruit album. It came out in 2015. And I used to listen to it all the time. I should put some glasses on. Oh my god, my eyes feel like they're melting. Okay. I used to listen to that album all the time. All the time. I always had it on. Yeah, I would listen to it all the time. And the other day, I was just sat in my room and it popped into my head. The song Forget. It popped into my head. So I was like, let me put it on. So I was just doing a bit of cleaning and I'm listening to the song, and it's so fucking bizarre that I used to listen to this song all the freaking time when I was like, I don't know, however old I was when it came out. 12? Specifically 14. I listened to it all the time when I was like 14. And that song never meant anything to me. Like, I liked the song, but it didn't like resonate with me. It now at 22 years old is resonating with me. And in it, she's basically saying like, sometimes you have to just learn, you just have to forgive and forget. Sometimes it's just the best thing to do. Which, correct, I do think that is the case. Sometimes. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes people do things and they expect you to just accept it. And you don't have to. Especially when it's a situation where they've done something and they try to say, oh, well, like, this was happening and that was happening and I was going through this and that. Put yourself in their shoes. If you were in their shoes going through the same things as them and you wouldn't do it, you don't have to forgive them. I remember one instance where a girl, she really must have thought I was fucking dumb. She must have thought I was so dumb. But she was just horrible to me. She was so fucking mean to me. And it hurt me. It really hurt because I thought she was a really good friend. And this friend just, all she ever did was fucking let me down and hurt me. And when you'd call her out and say, like, you're doing this and it hurts, like, I don't get why you're doing this to me, she would say, oh, well, I've got this going on, I've got that going on. But the thing is, I had been through that exact scenario she was in. I was actively going through it at the same time as her. And it was like, you're blaming how you treat me on this instance. Yeah, I'm going through the same thing and I'm not doing that to you. And that was when it was like, mm-mm. And a lot of people really try to make you think like, oh, well, you know, if you hold a grudge, you're just like never gonna heal and you're just gonna be like miserable forever. I'm doing pretty good. I've not forgiven like 90% of people I've met. I look at the people I went to school with, like, who were horrible to me because, man, I don't forgive them. I don't forgive my ex. I don't forgive people. If you've wronged me, I don't forgive you. I don't forgive you. If you've lied to me, you think I didn't. you think I was too dumb to realise you lied. I don't forgive you. I don't forgive a lot of my family. Wow, I've got a lot of relatives. I just think, you know what? I would sell you for a singular, like, you know, them like sprinkles that you have on cupcakes, them sparkly, like the colourful ones. I would sell 90% of my relatives for one of them. That's how much I don't forgive some of them. And who's to blame? You. See you. You're to blame. Well, this seems quite miserable, but it's not miserable. This is for the person who is sat there being pressured into forgiving someone who, deep down, they know damn well, I don't forgive you. I don't forgive what you did. So no. It won't bring me peace forgiving you. And I'm here to say you're allowed to do that. As much as people will try and tell you, no, you have to learn to forgive and forget. Because if you don't, you'll always be miserable. I'm feeling pretty damn good. So, sometimes you just need a bit of outside support. And I hope I've given you that. If you're sat going through a situation where it's like, do you know what, everyone's trying to make me forgive this person, but I don't. You don't have to. You can actually tell them, die, if you wanted to. They might say I'm evil for saying that, but you know what? So what? I never said I was nice. Yeah. Sometimes it's nice to hear someone in a similar situation and you feel a bit less lonely. And to say this is a very fresh subject for me, a very fresh event. Whatever it is, if you're sat there thinking like, I don't want to forgive this person, I'm here to say you don't have to. You don't have to. And there is nothing wrong with that. And that doesn't make you a bad person, because people love to try guilt trip you because you won't forgive them for being a piece of shit. You're not a bad person. You're not a bad person because you don't forgive someone who's hurt you. That's all I have to say. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my big sister advice. And I hope you enjoyed chilling in bed with me. And yeah. Do what makes you happy. And if that's not forgiving someone who's hurt you, that's fine. Just don't hurt other people because they hurt you. That doesn't make you better than them. Stay blessed.